It's remote. It's kind of in an unvisited part of the county. There's just so little infrastructure, I think, there right now that it provides sort of an opportunity that maybe doesn't exist in other parts of town. Okay, my name is Investigator Foster. I work for Pima Animal Care Center, and all of us who work in our department have had dealings with Dogpatch, either responding to cases, specific complaints about abandoned animals, or loose dog sweeps.
Every time we go, we find dead bodies from dogs, occasionally horses. The dogs are usually just dumped on the side of the road, usually very fresh, sometimes not so fresh. Sometimes they have cuts and scars and bullet holes. Other times they look like they just died from maybe parvo or some other disease. I actually learned about Dogpatch when I was at Pima. I was just watching internet videos one day and saw a YouTube video of a news report about this place down south of Tucson called Dogpatch. Where did I find it? I think it was definitely through one of the news reports, and there must have been like a contact information, a phone number, or like an email for Angels for Animals Tucson, and I just got in touch with them through either their email or their phone number, and then they eventually added me on their Facebook page, which really has all their information for the volunteers. Yeah, the feeding stations it's like 2 to 3 at a time that are set up in the area, and it usually just consists of a couple buckets where we dump a bunch of food and a bunch of water and just let the dogs live, because a lot of them are malnourished and underfed, underwater, and they need something, especially when it is summertime and it's 110 degrees out there. They need water, and I mean, they go a day or two without water and they're in a lot of trouble. I love animals. I love dogs more than anything. I think that a lot of people don't respect dogs the way that they should. They're not viewed right. People kind of view them more as objects when they're a companion. A dog is a companion to a human. It's really all it is.
Well, we get a lot of welfare complaints down there, and there are in fact a lot of dogs dumped, but it's sometimes hard to tell what dogs actually just live there and what dogs have been abandoned there, because not everybody who owns pets in that area are very good about keeping them contained. Every time I'm out there, I carry with me a lot of educational materials, and I try to spend as much time possible sharing information with folks who may not know, the ins and outs of animal ownership in Pima County, or ways to keep their animals safe from themselves.
I think it's a problem because they're just uneducated. They don't really understand what they should do. They might be scared if they report it that they're going to get in trouble. They might be scared that there's going to be a hidden fee or something, and a lot of people don't have the money to spend $50 to give up their dog, which it's sad, and I wish that people would look past that, but you have to understand that people aren't always going to change, and if people aren't going to change, then you have to take matters into your hands.
The more help and awareness we can bring to the situation, I think the more likely we are to come to viable solutions. But I've heard people say in neighboring areas that are only a few miles away that as Dogpatch has gotten more attention, people have started dumping in that area. So we may have to hopscotch around the county until we get it, taken care of as far as the control.